man, when he went home, was better off than the church person.
That's right.
Why? Because that man humbled himself. See, the problem with some of us in the church, we got too much pride.
Yes, yes, yes.
And Proverbs 16 said, pride goeth before a fall. I have a witness in here. See, and it says, he who elevates himself or exalts himself shall be made low. And those who humble themselves, you want something from God? Get down. Get down on your knees. And show God some humility. And quit walking around like God owe you something. God don't owe you nothing. Because God done gave you all that he can give you. And out of all he gave you his son, Jesus. But then what I like about it, let's go a little bit further, as we roll over to the rich man. And we see the rich man comes to Jesus and began to tell Jesus everything that he does. He says, I don't commit adultery, I give to the poor, I do this. You know how we want to tell the Lord what we do? As though God don't see us. The old songwriter said, God sits high, but yet he looks low. He said, God sees all, and God knows all. But we want to tell him what we done done. And you know that burns me up. That you do something in the church. And this is one of the things I always say. Don't give to be seen. Give. Be seen giving. Amen. Don't give to be seen, but be seen giving. And you ain't got to tell nobody what you gave.
That's right. Amen.
That's right.
God knows what you gave.
Yeah.
It burns me up when you come and tell me what you gave. I wish you hadn't never put it in there. Because you robbed yourself and your blessings in me too.
Yeah.
Can I get a witness right there? But he began to tell the Lord everything that he was doing. He said, what more should I do? It's in the text. What more should I do? Jesus said, go sell everything you got and give it to the poor. Oh, that's kind of like some of us. We got a problem with that.
Yeah.
I ain't finna give them nothing. They need to get out on their grind like I did and get mine. They need to go get theirs. But he said, give it all away. And it says the man's countenance failed. And when his countenance failed, he began to walk off, and the disciples wanted to know. And Jesus said, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich man to go into hell. And for some scholars, they say that's a gate. That's too much work for me. I'm going to load the camel up, take him to the gate, unload the camel, pull the camel through the gate, load the camel. That's too much work. How about Jesus meaning what he said? You don't believe he meant it? Read it. He said it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to go to heaven. Wasn't saying that a rich person can't go to heaven. He just said it's home. Because he's materialistic. He's caught up in what he has. You know how some of us won't give away that dress we can't wear no more?
That's right.
You know how that suit that don't fit no more, and you see the brother in need of it and you won't give it to him? That's the way some folk is that got a lot. But how do you know that he meant exactly what he said, Pastor? Because when Peter said, this is a hard saying, who then can be saved? Jesus said, with God all things are possible. So we got to understand that with God all things are possible. How many know him as a healer? How many know him as a deliverer? How many know him? Thank you, God. How many know him as a provider? I know David knew him because he said, the Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. Oh, that's what kind of God I serve. But see, we got to get beyond ourselves and realize that it's about somebody else. So in your consistency, your commitment requires that you remind yourself. Somebody should remind yourself that it ain't about you. Proper English, it's not about you. Ebonics, it ain't about you. You got to realize that in order to grow and to be able to perfect what God has given to you. And see, we're not perfecting it. We're going through the motions. Help me, Holy Ghost. We're going through the motions of church. Because this is what we've been programmed to do. But when you read the book, there are some requirements. Self-sacrifice. There are some requirements in the book. Don't get caught up in that. There are some requirements that we have to do. And number one is to be selfless. It don't hurt you to give.
That's right.
Just the other day I was with my baby and she was kind of delirious. That's what I told you about. We live one day at a time. I can't deal with tomorrow because I may not live to see it. That's too much wear and headache right there. I can only deal with right now. And so I said, take care of your business now. And let tomorrow take care of itself. She took care of her business, and not only when she took care of her business, show you how God shows up in your business. She didn't have to pay the whole balance. And then the lady turned around and said, can you do my hair?
Hallelujah.
See, when you do what you're supposed to do, God already has a blessing for you. And a lot of us hinder ourselves from receiving our blessings because we want to be slowful. Oh, God's talking to somebody. Want to be slowful. Well, I'll do it later. You don't even know if you'll be breathing later. And that's what we got to get away from. Thinking that we always have time. I know a lot of people thought they had time. Let's call them up. Come here, mama. You thought they had time? Yeah, I did, baby. But time slipped up on me. Come here, somebody can say, come here, big mama. You thought you had time, but time slipped up on you. I'm going somewhere because there are some of us in here now think that we have time. But time is standing right at the door and it's knocking on your door. And I'm not talking about Jesus. I'm talking about the end of life as you know it. And when I say the end of life as you know it, because this is the material physical life, but then there's going to come a spiritual life. And if you have not accepted Jesus and made him Lord of Lords over your life, when that time comes to the end of this life and the other life begins and you don't know Jesus, you're going to spend eternity in hell's fire. You don't believe me, my brothers and sisters? It's right there in the book in Luke chapter 16, because that rich man, the Bible said he opened his eyes in hell. And hell is the real place. The songwriter said it's full of fire that's going to burn for eternity. And I don't know about you, I looked up eternity, and eternity means it has no end. Ain't God all right? I'm glad to say this morning that I've made up my mind that I'm going to be not only committed, I'm going to be consistent to the things of God. Not only consistent, but committed to the things of God. Come hell or high water, come what will and come what may, I'm going to still stay on the battlefield for my Lord. Is there anybody in here that knows what I'm talking about? Ain't God all right? I know he's all right because he woke me up this morning. I know he's all right because he started me on my way. I know he's all right because he kept me from hurt, harm, or danger. I know he's all right because he delivered me from sinking way down in sin. Ain't God all right? I know he's all right. Is there anybody in here that know my Jesus? If he ever done anything for you, just slip your hand and say thank you, Jesus, because he did something that you and I couldn't do. We could do it if we wanted to. What did he do, preacher? I'm glad that you asked. He died for your sins and mine. Ain't God all right? He gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever shall believe in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Is there anybody in here that know my Jesus? He died for your sins. Ain't God all right? And I'm glad to tell you that he didn't stay dead, because on the third day morning he got up with all power. And I'm glad to tell you that he's coming back again, and he's coming back for a church without a spot or a blemish. Check yourself if you see a spot. What can wash it away? Nothing but the blood of Jesus. Ain't God all right? need, God's got it. Whatever you want, God's got it. Somebody looking for a healing this morning. God's no healer.